Hi, I'm Michelle from Bloomella and I'm back again with Bloom in 5, a series where I paint 5 different elements, and today we are painting ribbon and bows. So as you can see, I painted these, and if you would like to see how I did that in watercolour, then let's get started. Let's get started with today's video. We are starting with a nice full bow, and we've got a pretty cobalt type blue here, and we're just sweeping that around the edges of the bow, and we're just grabbing a darker shade for the center. We're just leaving some white areas for highlights as well, which adds a bit more interest to the bow, and then we're just going to move that color around until we're happy and go around the central area of the ribbon, and then just add in some darker shades for the outside. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Using the flatter part of the brush, we can just sweep that in and use the tip for the small little creases that meet in the middle of the bow, and then adding some of those darker shades around the edge and for shadows and indents that would be caused by the ribbon to make it seem a little bit more realistic. And then in the center, try not to just use one block color. Again, use the darker areas at the top, maybe some lighter areas in the middle, to create those highlights and shadows. Then we're bringing down the bottom of the ribbon and just using a sweeping motion to bring that color down into the tips of the ribbon, and leaving little white areas again, and adding some darker shadow under the knot of the bow that would cause a little shadow. And then we can go in and add some more definition later when the paint is dried. Now moving on to bow number 2. As you can see, I have lightly sketched out each of the ribbon bows just to get an idea of the shape of what we're trying to achieve. And using this really pretty cerise colour, I'm sweeping round the edges of the bow, and using a darker colour as well, I'm just sweeping that round with my brush. I'm using my Artify brushes again. I'm usually using an 8 or a 4. 4 is the smaller size brush for a bit more definition, and the 8 is the larger size brush. And I'm just using the lighter colours and the darker colours to represent the different areas where the highlights and shadows would be on this particular ribbon bow. Again, using the flat part of the brush to do those more sweeping moves, and the tip of the brush to do those tiny little highlights or creases within the bow and the top areas. Also adding some darker areas towards the center again to represent those shadows and a bit more interest, and also where the ribbon folds behind, which we didn't have on the first bow. We're just showing how we can do that underside of the ribbon, which would be darker. And then just sweeping down again for the parts of the ribbon at the bottom that are not included in the loops, and adding a little bit of sort of lines and reflective texture of the bow as well. So this is a super pretty one, which would look great on so many things if you were creating artwork to sell, or for clip art, or for like on a mug or greeting cards, invitations, things like that. That one would look super pretty. So for bow number 3, we're moving on to more of a sunshine yellow, and adding some of the darker colours straight in on the wet on wet, going to the centre of the bow, adding a little bit of the dark at the top there, and just blending that out into the other side of the ribbon as well. Just using those like flat pulling techniques to pull the colour down towards the centre. And as you can see, I often like to add a little bit of the colour on the right on the edge using the tip of the brush, and that will just bleed for you and do a lot of the work for you to make the appearance that it's more 3D and realistic. Adding quite a darker brown, that contrast really makes it appear more realistic and interesting. And we're just bringing down more of that colour into the ribbons at the bottom, and adding some of that nice ochre colour. Even though these bows are all one colour, you can see there's quite a lot of interest to them because we're using a varied amount of colour within that colour selection. So orange, yellow, sort of brown, ochre, all very similar colours. So you can see it's a one colour bow, but you've still got plenty of variation, and yeah, it makes it look super interesting rather than just using one flat colour. Moving on to bow number 4, we've got this super lovely moss green colour, and just using the sweeping motions, I'm actually using my smaller brush for this just to get a bit more of the detail around the edge, and we can use the flat brush if we need to get a lot of colour onto the page, using a variation of different sort of greens. So we've mixed that green with that nice cyan colour that we used for the first bow. You can see that's adding in some really nice contrast, and just sweeping that colour across the bow and adding a few little details, and then matching that up, leaving some white areas for highlights as well, and just adding the darker colour again round the edges to add a bit of 3D and a bit of shading and shadows, and just following that off with some other colours that I've added as well. And then going to the centre knot, just again making it lighter and darker, and then sweeping that green down. And adding some details around the edge. We've had a few different finishes on the bow. We've got some angular cuts, and then we've got some more flat cuts as well to offer some variation in our 5 different bows. And then just using the same colour as well to bring that down, and then we'll add some more shadows in a second as well. So it's quite interesting how you can see the different varied bows and the different techniques that we've used, using sort of back areas of the ribbon, using different darker colours, and then we will also add some more details once the bows have dried a little bit as well. So just adding in some more of the darker greens to the green bow that we've got here, which is a slightly more flatter bow. And now moving on to bow number 5, which is a super pretty and like a nectarine orange, like an orangey red colour, really pretty, with like a peachy mango as well. And you can see we're just filling in that area, leaving little white highlights, stroking the colour down using that smaller brush, because you can still get quite a good coverage with a smaller brush. I'm actually using the number 2 brush, I can see now, which is perfect for adding smaller details. We're just stroking that colour up and round, and you can see I'm not doing a perfect outline. I'm actually leaving little gaps as well to make it seem more realistic and to add that nice sort of watercolour feel. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can try this with multicolours, you could try this with the single colours, how I've done it. You can add extra details as well, like stripes or polka dots, little stars and things like that as well, but at the moment we're just covering like the basic foundation of creating a flat bow style. And as you can see here, we've created quite a lot of lighter areas. This almost looks like a crepe bow with the feel. It's a lot more textured than the green one, which is a lot more flat. So this one we're creating more of those like lines, and it creates like a real fabric, a different variation to this particular bow. And we're going in with a darker shade here, and just leaving that one and moving back on to bow number 1. I need to be very careful not to catch any of my wet watercolour here, because I can be a little bit clumsy, so you have to be very careful if you're doing multiple items like I am. Just be careful not to catch your clothing or hands on the wet paint. As you can see, I'm using a much darker of that cobalt blue, and I'm using that to do the, you know, sort of very defined highlights and creases within the fabric of the ribbon, and also the back area that's looped round. And we're just bringing that round, and then you can always lighten it up a little bit, like I have added a bit more water and just blended some of those areas and add some more highlights to the edges. Now you can see I'm getting some pink on my brush, some really nice like cerise colour, and going to add some really nice details, and this just really brings it alive because you're adding so much of that contrast from the light to the dark. It really makes it appear more 3D, as you can see, and just sort of layering up those colours, adding another layer to the darker areas behind, just to make those appear more in contrast with the lighter highlighted areas. And also, because this is an overlapped bow, we're obviously trying to create that definition between the ribbons that are on top and the ribbons that are behind, and just adding a little bit more to the knot. Then we're moving on to our lovely little yellow bow. Going to add a little bit of the darker shade underneath, again very similar to the other ones, just creating those little sweeping lines to add that contrast, and again to define the back area, and adding like little highlights and shadows on the actual ribbon, what they would look like to make them more realistic. and just defining that back loop of the ribbon, again adding a darker colour to the back, which is more of a sort of deeper brown, like a tan. You don't need to add black necessarily because that can come across quite harsh. Just adding some deeper tones can already create more of a natural contrast. And again with the green, we're just going in, adding some more sweeping motions at the sides of the bows and just pulling that paint in towards the centre and adding more detail where there would naturally be creases and shadows and contrast, especially around the edges, so it creates that look of one side's lighter, one side's darker, which definitely helps create that natural contrast. And we can just pull those colours down to the centre, and just mixing some darker colours as well to add some darker areas within what would be the fabric, the ribbon, and that helps bring that alive. And then moving on to bow number 5, as you can see I've mixed like a really nice sort of purpley orange. That combination creates like a really pretty natural shadow, adding in a little touch of blue as well, just to create like a darker colour, again without it being too harsh, without the need for using black, and then just bringing those contrasts down. And this really brings the bow to life and makes it pop off the page. And you can see we're just using tiny little lines, tiny little details. It doesn't need to be anything too exact. We're not exactly outlining the bow as such. We're just using little areas that we're picking up to make it feel very natural and organic, and just pulling in those areas. And I really hope you enjoyed watching this with me. I hope you liked looking at the different coloured bows that we've created using the different techniques. We've got some thinner ones and some thicker ones, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me.